at the time of contact, we were the most intelligent people on earth. In fact, we were the most civilized people on earth. Because we need to remember how we live, we fit in with nature. And we didn't destroy nature, we didn't take more than we needed. That's a great civilization. So that's the way we were at the time of contact. And we need to constantly remind ourselves we're the most intelligent people on earth, because a lot of what we do is we do oral history. We do things by listening. Generation to generation, you'll hear a teaching, you'll carry it in your memory, and you'll pass along into the future. So we say that, it's like your computer. A computer with lots of memory can do a lot more things. A computer with less memory can't do as much. So that's us, because we do things by memory, by oral traditions. We have like a greater capacity to be thinking and draw upon those things we know from the memories of our teachings and understandings. So it's no word of a lie. We are the most intelligent people on earth because of the way we pass our knowledge along through oral history. So I always remind people of that when I do this teaching. You need to remember this, because you'll hear elements in this that will reinforce that to you, that you're an intelligent being. And that's our gift. And we say that gift is our intelligence. In the Anishinaabe creation story, everything that was created had a gift as it came into this creation. The medicines, they all had a gift that they would share later on with us. Every animal has a gift that it uses that's special to it. By the time the Creator created us human beings, what could the Creator give us? He didn't give us sharp claws. We didn't have fangs. We can't run very fast. I like to remind people that we're actually part of the food chain. Once you step off the sidewalk, you're part of the food chain. And actually, we're just a notch above pork. Some animals won't even eat us. So that's how we remind ourselves. But how is it that we can be here? And we know in various places we live, if you live way up north where there's snow all the time, you can live there, you can prosper there. That's the way we are. Our intelligence makes it capable for us to survive anywhere. Where I come from here in central Ontario, we have snow, spring, summer, so that we can live in all of those. And we prosper in that. So how did we prosper in our environment? Again, we're intelligent beings. We figured things out. We're adaptable. So that's what I remind everybody before I start talking. We're intelligent beings, and that's our gift that the Creator gave to us. So now this story I'm going to talk about, Ojibwe is called Mikons. It means little roads, because there's a foundation of our existence. You may have heard this before. We believe that we're spirit beings in physical form. The foundation of who we are as beings is a spirit being. That's what we are. But here in this lifetime, we're in physical form. So you hear that. And people here on Turtle Island, we have that concept of body, mind, and spirit. And they're all equal. And one's not less than the other one. Knowing your spirituality, your spirit is just the same as if you can run a 100-yard dash really fast. That's your gift. So, and your mind, the way you use your mind, the things you can process it. I had this young guy one time, he was having trouble in school because in math, his mind would just have the answer. He didn't know how it happened. He could be given a mathematical equation and he would just spit out the answer. And his teacher got frustrated with him because his teacher kept saying, show me how he got that. He said, I don't know, it's just inside my head. It just comes out. That was his gift. And he had trouble with school because that school was all about, he had to show the process of how he got it. But so that's how we think about ourselves. You have gifts. So anyways, I'm going to begin this. And it's a story, but there's a build-up to it before we get to the actual teaching. And I'm not going to go through the whole thing tonight because it takes a long time. But our knowledge comes to us from the spirit world. There are different ways. Maybe it comes in a vision. Maybe someone has a dream. That's how knowledge comes to us from the spirit world directly. Maybe you can travel to the spirit world and come back with knowledge. That's how it comes. But this way we say the Creator gave it to us in a way. If the first human being lived his life, they noticed that there was a pattern to it. So his son or his daughter lived their life. They noticed a pattern to it. And as each generation came into this world and lived their life, they noticed there was a pattern to living. So in Anishinaabe, that's what we call the Mikan's teaching. It's a teaching about life. We lived so many life cycles that we can talk about it. And a long time ago, you would hear this teaching because we didn't want you to be surprised by life. There are things, there are patterns to life that when we're aware of them, life doesn't jump up at us and surprise us, because we know in a good way what could be coming for us next. We don't know specifically what's going to happen, but you have a good idea by listening to these stories about life, and you know what could happen next for you. So what happens, it begins like this. We say when you were a spirit being before you came to earth, someone called you to her, right? Your grandmother or your grandfather, whoever you are, how you see the Creator, that's how you are. Some people see the Creator as a grandfather. Some people see the Creator as a grandmother, right? And that's from your spirit. We don't question how you address the Creator. So we say your grandmother called you to her and she asked you to sit down. Aanjibimaadsiwin, she said, no shen, bajam ma, mumpi. And she said, my grandchild, come here, sit beside me. So they paint a beautiful picture for you. They say you walked over to your grandfather, you leaned up against him like this, and you could feel him. And they say when he started talking, you could feel his voice resonate through your whole being. You could feel your grandmother's voice go all the way through you as she talked. And they say you were sitting beside her, and it was a beautiful late summer afternoon. In front of you, you could see your shadows. So you sat there, you noticed that. You had this beautiful little meadow in front of you. You heard the crickets, you saw butterflies, you saw the grasses moving in the wind like that. And when you looked across this little meadow, you saw trees, and their leaves were just shimmering in the breeze. But they say in this part of the story, you look up and the sky was the most beautiful blue you can imagine. So we say the Creator gave you this picture before you came here, because what the Creator wanted you to feel wanted you to feel safe. She gave you that feeling of safety, because life is chaos. Everything in life has free will. So when you get here, it can feel chaotic to you. So the Creator gave you that sense of safety so you can look for that in this lifetime. When things get chaotic for you, you can find that safety. That's why nowadays we say ceremony and ritual is good for us. That is where we get a feeling of safety. But depending on who you are, it might be meditating. Me, I was in martial arts, so right now my feeling of safety comes from Tai Chi. I feel really good when I'm doing that. I feel safe. So there are other things, if you're sports, if you are a runner, you go for a good run. That gives you a feeling of safety. So that's what the Creator gave you, how to look for safety when you got here. And you'll find those, and you need to have them. Just to give you an example of how intelligent our way of being is, this modern treatment of PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder, one of the main treatments to it is to make a person feel safe. That comes right from this teaching. The Creator gave you that. So anytime you've been stressed and traumatized, you need to feel safe right away. So you can look for that, or you might have support and friends who can make you feel safe. So the Creator gave that to you even before she started talking about creation. So then next she started talking about this place she created. She loves this place. In fact, we say, Ojibwe, the word is Zahgaugai, love. Love is the glue to creation. Everything that's held together here is held by that force, Zahgaugai. Those of you who are into math and those kinds of things, you might hear people discuss string theory or quantum physics. If you understand Zahgaugai, you'll hear that in those conversations. You'll hear Zahgaugai in string theory, quantum mechanics. It's a different way that Zahgaugai is spoken about. But Zahgaugai is what holds creation together. And the Creator loves this, what she created. So she's proud of it. So she talked to you about it. She told you the creation story. And you listen. And we say this is where something happened. Yeah. Depending upon who you are, your personality came out when you talk to the Creator. Who you are now. I know when I was a little boy, I was really lippy. If an adult, I felt an adult was telling me, if an adult ever said, because I said so, I would see red and I would lip off. or if I felt like I was being tricked by, just their authority figure, I would rebel. So when I was a little boy back when I was young, people hit kids like that. I got hit a lot, but that didn't change me. I'm still the same way. So that's the way I was with the Creator. If the Creator said something I didn't believe, I challenged the Creator on that. And the Creator respected me. So we say that it's almost like now the way you talk to your friends, that's the way you talk to the Creator, because parts of your personality go right to your spirit. And some of the ways that you are, no one can ever change. So you respect that about yourself. So in this conversation, the Creator told you this place creation, and we say that nowadays, that's why it's important to listen to creation stories. Any creation story of any nation, as much as you can, listen to it. Because you'll hear pieces in the creation story that resonate with you. For me, because you say this, I know this teaching really well. Maybe when the Creator got to this part of the teaching about human life, that's the part that really interested me. So in my lifetime, I've discovered that. So what the Creator did was the Creator spoke to you about many things. Mishnabeh, what the Creator did, the Creator showed you your doorway into this creation, your mother. Our mother, we choose our mothers. Our mothers are this way, our way into this lifetime. She's the one who can best facilitate the beginning of us finding out our life purpose. So her helper, your father too, you got to know who that was even before you came here. So we say you sat there with the Creator in your conversation, the Spirit came walking by and saw you. The Spirit fell in love with you. Look at my niece, she's so cute. Look at my nephew, and they even pinched your cheeks. The Spirit fell in love with you, and it made you a promise. When you get to creation, I'm going to walk beside you your whole lifetime. If you're ever in danger of falling out of life, I'm going to do my best to push you back into creation, is what it said. So we say that now. Every one of us have what we call a spirit helper. There's a spirit that walks beside us, and that's the one that's going to try to help us fulfill our life purpose. As best as it can, it tries its best to keep us living.